Appreciate y'all coming through and welcome back to Down with the Get Down. It's your boy Romel.
And your boy Derek.
Yeah. So today, if you guys are watching on the YouTube screen, whatever device you're on, we are playing GTA 5. Going to get into some juicy topics for this video. If you came through, you haven't seen the last video, we got into the man versus bear conversation. But today, we will be discussing the teacher situation. If you guys haven't been seeing on social media, wherever, or breaking news, a young, I don't know what grade he taught, but it was in middle school.
Was it? I thought it was like high school.
No, it was high school because he had high school. But something, yeah, he was a teacher, but
Yeah.
he recently got let go. He got fired from his job due to the hair situation. He was getting his hair braided, unbraided, taken out by his students, and the faculty and staff deemed that to be inappropriate and unlikely for something a teacher should be doing, whatever they said. But they
Faculty,
let,
by the way.
yep. He said what?
He's I was being a dickhead. He's you said faculty.
Faculty. But no, the teacher, faculty, students, not the students, but the staff, deemed it inappropriate, kicked my guy out, gave him the boot, and everybody on social media is up in a tizzy about it. Derek, how do you feel about this?
I think that a lot of these people are one, hypocrites, and two, weird individuals. Because they're calling him a pedo, right?
Right.
Because he let them do his hair, and that he gave his students his personal number. But they're neglecting the fact that there are multiple videos of women getting their hair done by other students,
Hmm.
and that's never been an issue. All most teachers have their phone number for their students to text them. Um, it's always been a thing, and a lot of teachers do group chats for their students as well. So it's not like a thing that's not normal. Also, the parents said that it was perfectly fine for them to do his hair.
So at that point,
He got
why
he
why did
got
why did they
parents
even let my boy
uh,
go?
because of the internet. Like that's literally the issue was because of the internet. I think he might have got doxxed, and people causing problems over the internet, and so they fired him over that. But he got permission from the parents to have the kids do his hair.
We got permission, and that's something that's it's which is crazy because everybody doesn't I don't know maybe everybody just have different childhoods because I remember being very close to my teachers growing up. Like I didn't like, and they're like we were saying prior to even hopping on this conversation, we were talking about teachers give out their numbers. They literally have it on the syllabus. They literally have it on like all your personal stuff, their phone numbers. But I guess since we're in a more accessible society now, where texting and all this stuff, then you got all these teachers that end up being the small percentage of teachers that actually are weirdos messes up for the rest of them. Like a bad eggs messes up for the rest of them. So in situations like this, they don't even want that touching their school, which is very unfortunate. And they shouldn't, but they still had no right. I feel like to let dude go.
So you know what's funny about some of that too? So like more so men have this issue because they think that for some reason like dudes are gonna be pedos when they're around children. And so that's the reason that like they really have an issue with it and why they don't have an issue with any women doing it. But statistically, women are more likely to be pedos in schools. Your teachers, technically your students aren't safe with female teachers more than male teachers.
Hmm. Yeah, you do know. I was just talking about this the other day. I think I was talking to a coworker, friend of mine, about the situation. I was like, yeah, you see more women teachers be in a situation than men, and they be
Yeah,
getting off.
well, sometimes a little less now, a little less now, but like
Yeah,
In the
it's less
past,
now.
yes,
Yeah.
but
Well, I was talking
it's
about like
mostly
actually like what I'm talking about seeing them on the screen. Like I don't see as many dude teachers be broadcasted as I see women teachers get broadcasted. And it's not saying
well,
that they
yeah,
don't do it, but I do see a higher percentage of women teachers end up being in those situations.
yeah, and I will say like the only thing that I can agree, right, is I guess you can say is a reasonable issue, is him posting it online, right? I
Yeah.
think that if they just did his hair and he didn't post it online, there wouldn't be an issue. Mostly because he
Hmm.
profits off of like, well, I don't know if he profits off of what's it called? Off of TikTok or not. But if
Hmm.
he is, then that's technically like wrong, right? So
He doesn't
like
put their. I
he's
thought they get away with it by not putting their faces on it.
uh sure, but I think their face was in it, one of them, right?
Well, I haven't seen his. I haven't seen his videos. I have to go back and refresh. But I know any teachers that do have content online,
Yeah.
they're not allowed to put the faces on there, of course. So they get so their
Well,
content is okay. It's like when you do like public interviews and you blur somebody's face out.
yeah, no, I get that, but it's like it's like when I'm talking about that, I'm not necessarily talking about like their faces though. I'm kind of talking about like how it's kind of like he's working another job while he's at work, you know? Because he's doing stuff with them, and even though they're engaged, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because from what it looks like, he's a good teacher. They like him a lot, you know? He has to
Mm-hmm.
literally like beg them to get the fuck out of the classroom. But like it's one of those things where they might look at it as like this is not the way that you should be using your time at in your class type thing.
Yeah, that's possible.
Like
And
you
then
shouldn't be posting videos on TikTok while you should be working. There are students and they need to be learning something type thing, you know?
yeah, I can't look at it like that. I feel like they're well with the technology booming and TikTok booming the way it is. That also does put a good look on these teachers as well. They do have a great social media presence, but that's a clean social media presence. So it could go both ways on the situation, but it's a delicate process, especially with being a male teacher. With and then also posting them doing your hair like that was like posting all this other stuff. I saw a glimpse of his page. He was going. I saw some of those videos were going viral. I was like, okay, cool, that's what's up. And then, but the one with the hair, I was like, okay, that might have been a little bit too, I guess,
You can get the
intimate.
bike, by the way.
Okay,
It's that's
very.
not the bike. It's in the hanger. It's in the
Oh,
thing right there. Um, I think I think that when people say that, I think that shit's weird
it's
because
another one in there.
it's too. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I think that shit's weird because
Oh
somebody
wait.
doing your hair is not intimate, right? Like I got it. I want the orange one. Like somebody doing your hair is not intimate, right? Like and and the way that
No, it
people
was
are
just two.
phrasing it
I
is
was saying it was
like,
just two of them in there, and the one that we needed is the one you're using, which I thought was funny.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine.
But yeah.
Um, how the fuck we get out of here? Um, anyways, but yeah, like I mean, it's not even intimate. Like somebody doing your hair is not like an intimate thing, but people like are like making it that way, and the people that are doing that are essentially like sexualizing the situation, which is
Hmm.
effectively sexualizing children, which is weird. And it's also weird because like, you know, in school we had cosmetology as like a
Hmm.
class, and like they would actually go do people's hair. And like teachers would actually go get their hair cut and other stuff. So like and they're in high school, so we had cosmetology in high school. We have absolutely no idea if these girls were cosmetology students or not. And he was just letting them do his hair because he also has let them do his nails.
Hmm. I did hear about that as well. Which is like you said, like it's not that big of a deal. It's not something like that. But I think what happens is could it be possibility that different cultures aren't used to that? They see something like that and they're like, "Oh, that's inappropriate. Why would they do that?" if it's not their dad or there's not a family member, then why would they let even their teacher do something like that?
I
Like,
mean, shoot, I don't know. I mean, like, I just think it's weird because, I mean, the issue is primarily coming from other black people. So, I mean, if they're trying to attribute like malice to the situation, then I mean, that's not really a part of any culture I'm a part of.
he said, it's not my, it's not a culture that I'm in.
Like, I just see a teacher that is clearly loved by his students, allowing his students to do other stuff, right? Like, I've had close connections with my teachers, and it's never been anything that was like inappropriate.
Hmm.
And there are other like what's it called? Other teachers that do a lot of different stuff for their students that's not inappropriate. And
Hmm.
it's similar to that same thing. Like if they're cosmetology students, right, which is a possibility, and he's allowing them to do that, that's effectively helping them with another class while they're in his class as well.
And it's on, and there's also a video. Well, we're they missing the whole part is that
Golly.
there are women. I'm confused too.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Oh, I found it. I found it. I
Oh,
found it. I found it.
you found it. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, what the hell? I'm dead. Not this little
Bro, you
ass.
would
What
not
the?
find this, bro. Oh my God. I just randomly saw this out the corner of my eye.
The hell? All right.
Golly.
Folks,
What
funny.
were you saying, bro?
I almost forgot what I was trying to say. Damn, hold up. But okay, yeah. So they're not looking at the other side, flipping the other
You
side of
can
the
get on
coin.
the
There.
back of this, I think.
Oh, okay, bet. There are whole videos of women teachers doing the same thing.
Oh, you can't get on.
Yeah, no, I can't get on.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
But yeah,
Well, that's
there
what I'm
are.
saying. Like these women are hypocrites because if it's an issue, like if the issue is um, a student doing his hair, right, because it's too intimate and it's inappropriate and all this other stuff, then it
Mm,
should also be the same with all of the students that do female teachers' hair. And there's a lot, and it happens a lot, and they post it a lot, and every single time you see in the comment section, oh man, they really love you, all this other stuff, blah blah blah, all this nice shit.
why can't I leave?
Huh? You can't leave?
No,
Well, damn.
it says exit the hangar. I'm trying to exit.
You have to be on the circle.
It's no circle.
Oh, it was like in the middle.
I don't know.
Hmm. Well, it's fine. I'll just drop this off. Hopefully you
All
can
right.
get out. But
Yeah,
but
as you were
nah,
saying.
like if one thing is an issue, then it should be an issue when women do it as well. But for some reason, we have like this bias towards women, thinking that like children are safer with women than they are with men, when that's inherently not true.
Yeah, that's always a bias because it's like when you get the nurturer package, when they're like, "Oh, you're the nurturer in the situation,
The murderer.
nurturer in the situation." They always look at you as like, you know what? They can do no wrong.
Yeah, I mean, like the world likes to vilify men a lot, so like that's another thing. If men are constantly looked at as the villain anytime they do something genuine, like you're gonna get looked at like a weird way, right? But like there's absolutely like nothing wrong with what he did because he got parents like permission to do so.
Hmm.
Again, like in my opinion, the only thing that I think he did wrong was just posting it online. That's all.
I do agree with that.
Because
Yeah.
clearly, because like he was doing it for attention, right? Like it's like
Hmm.
we could talk about whatever, but like at the end of the day, technically he is just doing it for the attention of
Getting
the
the
internet,
views.
not necessarily because like it can be it can be both things at the same time. Like it can be like a heartwarming moment with his students, but also he's doing it for attention.
Yep. It's like, yeah. Either way, it's bringing good traction to your to you, and then showing and then shedding light on what you do, which is a positive thing. But then it's like, yeah, keep that same energy for all ends if y'all gonna care so much.
Yeah, and then like the biggest problem that I have with it too is like our education system is like fucked up already,
Hmm.
and like kids are like coming out like dumber, like less
Hmm.
than uh less than like a I think like a middle school reading level for for a lot of students.
Hmm.
And you clearly have a teacher that like cares about his students and the students care about him and all of the students like him and it seems like they really respect him and then you fire him and now those students don't have a good teacher anymore.
You just
You're
took that away
effectively
from them.
fucking up their future just because you don't like that he let them do his hair. So you basically were like, yeah, fuck these students. They'll figure it out. They'll get a new teacher that will probably not give a fuck about them. Especially not the way that like he cares about his students, right? Like it's very like I don't know how rare it is, but I would imagine it's fairly rare to have a teacher that like is loved by so many students and also cares a lot about like the students.
I just hate that. I feel like the school system is political. So if something makes your school look remotely bad, then it's like, oh, okay, we need to do away with this. And then like teachers are expendable, I guess, even though you really need teachers. And folks, we need
Because
more.
ain't we in a crisis where they need more teachers?
Yes, they're literally, bro. I literally got a job. I had somebody tried to
I
get me
got
to
a job
go.
offer to be a teacher.
Facts. Somebody tried to send it over to me to apply for in New York. I'm not finna teach in New York. No offense to New
Oh,
York.
especially not New York.
Yeah,
No offense to New Yorkers, but like I'm definitely most of my knowledge
I'm in the South.
from most of my knowledge that I know from teachers in New York is from movies, and for the way I should look at the one to do it.
They showed us. I forgot the name of the movie, but you remember the movie they showed us in Mr. Brad's World Class?
Is it about that
That one
teacher that
teacher, yeah, and the dude who
that?
played the teacher was Matthew Perry. It was the guy who was in Friends.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
That
remember
was
that.
a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
movie.
It was. I don't remember what it was though.
Yeah, but it was about the teacher that when it like everybody gave up on their class. It's like the same premise as the they cause I think they made fun of it on American Dad when it was like
Yeah, because was it American Dad or was it Family Guy? No,
it
it was
was
Family
American
Guy
Dad
because
because no because
no, they
oh
had
well
Brian.
I thought
They had
Roger
Brian
did it
be the
too.
teacher. They, well, they might
Oh,
have,
both of them did it. Oh
but
yeah, because Brian did do it. I,
yeah.
I remember Brian doing it, so I think they both had specials on it. They just decided to recycle the idea, use a different character.
I mean, shit, they got so many episodes. Why not? But nah, yeah, like we're literally in a crisis where like we need more teachers because our education system is like flawed,
Mm.
and now you want to fire a good teacher over this. I don't even know what subject he teaches. I'm not gonna lie,
You,
but
I feel like where the economy goes and where the market flips up and down for what's in need and I mean what's demanding and what's not demanding. So you like remember at one point everybody went to school to be accountants. Well, everybody was like accounting was like the money making job and it was rare to be that person until it flipped to where now everybody can go to school for it like it's a regular thing.
Mhm. Yeah,
So I feel like since it was such a niche thing that now since everybody and their mom can do, is went to school for accounting, now the thing to be now is being a blue collar worker. We need more what in engineers, STEM majors. We need more people like that, plumbers, stuff like that, because
yeah. Oh,
everybody decided to stop doing it and went to school for
quick little
account.
thing. There's a signal jammer somewhere up here that you probably
Oh,
want to shoot.
I hear it. Is it up? I think it's
Damn.
up high.
You get out and just do it. I
Yeah.
don't know where it's at. I shot it from afar. I didn't like I got a homing missile, so it just like went to the shit.
Ah.
But I mean yeah, I mean like the job market has changed, right? So like
Mm.
there's different things, right? That's why there's a lot of people that are kind of saying like fuck school because you know more often than not, you're gonna go into a field that has nothing to do with like your major.
Yeah.
Like, so some people are like, I kind of wasted my time with school or whatever,
Mm.
and it's very easy to do some of the other stuff, right? Like, you can you can be a teacher. Like, I qualified to be a teacher,
Mm.
and I don't have like me personally, I don't have qualifications to be a teacher.
Bro, fact. That's how I felt when they were trying to get me to be a freaking math teacher. I was like, bro, I struggled in math. What I look like trying
I
to teach
use a
that.
calculator on my phone.
Facts. I
I
count on
still
my
count with my
fingers
fingers.
sometimes. Facts. Bro,
Like, no.
on my fingers, sitting there like, all right, cool. So how many I need? One, two, three. Bet. All right.
But, the issue too is like schooling has now changed to where um it's just memorizing some shit. So
Mm.
you'll just have it on a piece of paper, and as long as you memorize that shit, you're good. So you don't really even have to teach.
Last time I had seen, they must have changed it from when my younger sibling, because my younger brother was well, both of them born in 2008. So when they were doing their schooling, I was seeing how their stuff was, and it was applied math. It was like applied science. Everything they did was like kind of like word problems that would be like something that would be relevant for today. So they changed it up from then, and they put them in a bad situation. But what we're not even thinking. I'm not even thinking about. Yeah, that is their generation though. Now I think about it, because they're in high school now, and that's the folks
Hmm.
that we're okay. We're not. I'm not worried about the high schools. I'm more worried about the elementary, and middle school people.
I mean, shit, I'm worried about all of them. They're shit. I'm on fire.
Because they're still
They're
technically millennials. I mean, they're like the Gen they're Gen Z with us. They're not Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha is the one I think we're worried about.
bro. I'm worried about all of them. Like, because even high schoolers are leaving high school with a low reading level.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we got less teachers because these folks bad, and nobody want to babysit anybody kids like that. That's gonna sit here and be that disrespectful. They were babysitting them beforehand because it was like it was cool. We understood. You got a couple bad eggs, but when the majority start becoming bad, it's crazy.
Well, that and like, there's a lot of bad parents out there.
That's true. It's gotten worse. The bad kids became bad parents.
Yeah, like, oh man, that is crazy too. Like the
Mm.
epidemic of like bad parenting and like some of them are just like bad parents because like they were parents early.
Mm-hmm. They didn't know what they were doing.
They didn't know what they were doing, and now they're not only bad parents, but well, they were bad students. Now they're bad parents. They live a terrible life.
Everything just wrong. Everything. But that's
But
just the price. But that's why I'm worried about the like I said, think the Gen Alpha. That these are like the I guess the elementary school kids that are coming through, because it didn't help when they started No Child Left Behind, and they just started passing niggas, and then it
hey,
was like, hey,
that should help me.
they should have got it. Like, but at the same time, it became monotonous at a certain point for us. I
I
feel like
mean, look, No
it
Child
wasn't.
Left Behind was a fantastic idea because it made sure I passed. But I'm not stupid.
But
So like
they actually made folks have to pass. Like you had to
for
do
No Child
something.
Left Behind, I mean, not really. You just had to literally do the bare minimum,
No, well, the
which is
folks not
still
even doing the bare minimum. My little brother just told me that one of his friends made a zero. This nigga didn't do shit.
yeah, like like
And
some
he's older than
classes.
him. This nigga is like he's in the ninth grade, and I think this man told me that he was like 16.
For sure, some classes are like letting them pass with like not doing a single thing and then still letting them pass. But it's one of those things where like technically your grade is dependent upon your teacher. So like if you're annoying and your teacher just doesn't like you, they might just pass you to get you out of their class,
Oh, facts. It's
which
just
is
like
still an issue. but it's
Yeah,
just not as much of an issue as um, as you leaving with a with the bare minimum knowledge of how to read.
and it's hard to even be mad at folks at the end of the day because you're not paying them enough. That's what nobody wants to be a teacher because for like nobody wants to deal with that situation. And then people who are like, oh, I'm really passionate about it, it makes it so hard for them because they don't have the help, they don't have the funding, and at that point you start to lose the resolve to even want to do
Well,
that.
I mean, what makes it worse is like, most of the time, the teachers that are passionate, right? They don't really even give a fuck that they're not getting paid enough. They're just there to make sure that their youth learns. And then they're like, I don't get paid enough, but like, as long as I'm helping these students, like that shit don't matter to me.
Yeah,
And
and
you're
it's
just
and
like,
that's
yeah,
and
we're
that's
gonna get rid of you.
bruh.
Like what?
So he's like, you can't win for losing. Dang, I'm a good teacher. I do what I'm supposed to do. I got my kids in a good situation, and they're just like, you know, you've been with us for a good amount of time. It's time to let you go. Broaden our
We think your
horizons.
services will be better used somewhere else.
We think we're just moving in a different direction. Excuse me? What direction?
Away from you.
Oh,
Now leave.
well, if that's so.
Sorry, you're taking too long. Security?
But even in those situations, I feel like it's if in his situation, it's gonna be. I don't even think he can teach anywhere at that point because he has it on his resume. He has that on his credible, so he couldn't
No,
even
he
go
can
to
still
being.
teach.
He could still well,
He would have to
class.
move.
People are desperate.
He would have to go to a whole nother district, I believe, is how that works. So, like, he would either have to go to a different school district or he might have to move. One of the two. But, like, even if you get fired from teaching, you're still able to teach in other places.
Mm,
So, like, you're not, like, fucked from being able to teach anymore.
mm. Well, that's all right. That's straight.
Sorry.
We're good.
You can't hear this, but they're playing the Backstreet Boys and
It's a good thing I can't hear. We
tell
would
me why.
demonetized.
He said. Oh yeah, I don't even think I can sing it.
Look at you,
Oh, they'll be okay. Anytime I hear it, I can't stop myself.
man. You feeling it?
Those are so comfortable.
What you about to get?
But
You putting on a new fit?
yeah, I'm just looking around, honestly. I think I might get that one with like
If you can't find your
the
size, we'll
bulletproof
order
vest,
it.
Hmm.
whatever that one's called. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's the whole situation itself is just irritating, man.
Yeah,
Because like I don't know dude personally, but he seemed like a cool dude, and he's the type of teachers that I think are nice to have, you know.
hmm, it just makes the
But
situation. It just people just love to make bigger things out of things that shouldn't be that big because God forbid, like it does come out that he did it, like the
They go
messages that he
long
had with his
July.
students were weird. But at the end of the day, I feel like as a male teacher, you do have to cut that. You gotta be genuine with your students, but at the same time, I
I
guess
can
it's like
tell you have
it
good
just sucks
taste.
that you have to be a little bit more wary of what you're doing. Like you have to be a little bit more careful of how you interact, and that makes the relationship with the student that much harder because we live in a world where you can't be that comfortable. You can't sit here and be like, oh well, dang, if your student really needs you and hits you up about something, and y'all got the type of relationship. And the thing is, in the real, the parents might know the teacher. The parents might have been like, "This is cool if your teacher has your contact only for specific situations. Don't be." And then the teachers, well, teachers. I remember being in middle, elementary, and high school,
Did you find
and
your
them
size?
saying, "Here's my number. Do not text me."
oh yeah,
they
well,
said, "Do not
they
talk to
would be
me."
like, unless it's an emergency or something, do not text me or anything like that. And like there are teachers that will text their students and stuff like that, but it's not about anything weird, you know. It's like,
Mm,
hey, can you help me with so and so? And then they're like, yeah, sure, why not?
Hmm.
in multiple colors.
And then
But like,
even with that, they specifically will only be like, all right, cool, these are my office hours.
yeah,
These,
like
mm,
it's literally like a, yeah, you need help with this. All right, cool. And then they would immediately just stop talking to you, like right after whatever
hmm.
issue or whatever was resolved. And if it was past a certain time, they would ignore that shit. They'd be like, yeah, I'm not texting him back at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you know?
Yeah. Now, if he now if it comes out that like yeah, like I said, that would make the situation worse if he did. If like oh yeah, you just it's after hours or some weird stuff, and they just and it's like y'all having personal conversations. Then yeah, I get it. Like you like, but I was like you, I get that you're trying to be nice, but there's levels to it, and you gotta separate that friend from teacher uh situation, or you end up in situations like this more often.
Yeah, you end up looking like a fucking weirdo. But that is, this is not the situation that I see from this. It's mostly just like a teacher that's doing his thing and his students fuck with him and he's trying to help them out. He has consent from the parents for them to do his hair, and people are upset over nothing. And that's like one of the worst things too, is like
Hmm.
people getting upset on the behalf of other people that aren't upset.
Yeah, that is annoying.
And they think that like because they're upset, that's now like validation for something bad to go on,
That
because
material
the
is
way I feel is
magnetic.
more important, even though it's not.
Like what? Like I'm making way more sense than you are. Are you really?
I'm upset for you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Uh, I'm not upset. You should be. Don't worry. I'll be upset for you.
That's funny. I was like, it's like the situation we talk about with the what they're talking about with the situation with Drake and Kendrick when they accused him of being a pedo, and then all of a sudden people started coming out saying that he's not a pedo. This was all like cool. Like this is all good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think he's a pedo, but
Yeah, I would
I
hope
think he's
not.
weird. I think he's weird, but like, even
You
if he
should
was,
try
it
out.
wouldn't surprise me, right? Because like like a whole bunch of them in Hollywood are that way.
Yeah, it would just be like, dang, that sucks.
Like that one chick that I sent you. I forget what her name is though, but she's
Uh,
also,
Mary J. Blige. They did say Mary J. Blige
yeah.
had a, pedophile situation, which is
You can't
crazy.
say that
I
full
lo-
word, nigga.
oh, you can't.
It's, you can't say the full word. No, that's why we say pedo
I'm
or
done.
ophile, right? Because for
I,
some
I
reason,
I'll
for
blur that
some
one out.
reason, the word. I mean, you can keep it in. We're long enough in the video; they might not pick it up. But yeah, like you can't say that anymore because I don't know, it gets picked up weird.
Mm,
Then I don't know, you get in trouble, and they
nah,
like flag it or something. I don't know. It's really stupid.
don't want to get in bad.
I can see you
I'm in a
wearing
bad
that.
situation with the fuzz.
But yeah, I mean, like a lot of people in Hollywood,
Take your
their
time.
little ditties out there.
Little D's, little ditties. Hate that for them.
I hate that for the people that they interact with. I don't care about them.
Bye. Enjoy your purchase.
Looks weird. It's an unfortunate situation. Um, altogether just to be in,
Christ, oh Lord!
and a lot of us just don't think the same.
I mean, yeah, some people's brains fire on all cylinders, and some people's are, you know, like Dr. Umar's.
And on that note, do you have anything else?
Nah,
For sure.
I don't even know why I said his name. That was just like the first dumb person
Man,
I thought to come to mind.
man, Dr. Umar catching strays. He even do that. I'm dead. I'm dead. Well, appreciate y'all coming through for another good old topic with the DWG Boys. If you guys have any topics you guys want us to discuss next or anything you want us to check out, drop in the comment section below. Go ahead and like, share.
And if you're down with the get down, go ahead and subscribe.